Hola mi gente, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean and this is We Are Investing, a channel that's dedicated in investing and personal finance. This week we got a new stock on the block, ticker symbol NU, NU, and it might be giving SoFi a run for its money. So in this video, we're going to do a deep dive analysis on NU and we're going to compare it to SoFi. Now we're going to go over a lot of information because this company, this IPO is very interesting, but I'm going to give you the bottom line right now. I still think that SoFi is the better investment for the long term. Albeit NU is very interesting and it's a stock that you should keep on your radar. If you're not invested in either of these two companies, you should add both of them to your watch list and keep a close eye on these stocks. Because it is my personal opinion that there is a lot of long-term potential in both of these stocks. Now, before we dive into the information, I just want to let you all know that WEBULL is currently running a stellar promotion. When you use the link down below, you can get 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300 and $5 worth of crypto trading. In addition to that, because it is the holiday season, if you download WEBULL by using the links down below and you refer it to some of your friends, you will get an additional 5 free stocks for 1 referral. If you get 3 referrals, you will get a free stock of Apple on top of it. So 15 free stocks and a free stock of Apple and 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. That's potentially what you could be making by just signing up with WEBULL, which I think is a great brokerage. Links are provided down below in the video description. All right, let's get into the video. So NU went public this week. And we'll dive into the valuation, we'll dive into revenue growth, but there are a few things that I want to say before that. The main one being that Warren Buffett is backing this company. He's invested in Nubank. Berkshire Hathaway, which is led by Warren Buffett, put $500 million in a private seed in Nubank. And then when the company went IPO, they put an additional $250 million at the IPO price, which was around $9 a share. There are speculations on why Warren Buffett would be investing in this company because he typically doesn't invest in companies that have high valuation and are high growth. It's not the typical style of investing that he's noted for. But there are articles speculating that because Sequoia Capital is invested in Nubank, Warren Buffett is a huge fan of that investing firm and he is following their footsteps. He is on record stating the following for Sequoia Capital. The most remarkable investment firm in America is probably Sequoia. They have made more money than anybody and they have the best investment record of anybody. It's perfectly amazing what they have done. Warren and I are better at buying mature industries than we are at backing startups. Charlie Munger said this. He is Warren Buffett's right-hand man. He also stated, I would hate to compete with Sequoia in their field. They would run rings around me. So Nubank definitely has some big money backing it. You cannot deny that. But so does SoFi. George Soros, who is the man who broke the Bank of England, an investing legend who has achieved decades-long average annual returns of 30% through his quantum fund. It was released through a SEC 13F filing that George Soros has invested in SoFi stock. He purchased close to 178,000 shares, which was around $3 million of invested funds. This was his first purchase of this stock. He just opened up a position. Now, I don't know if he's going to continue to add to this position, but $3 million might sound like a lot, but it's not a large amount for his current portfolio. So we'll see if he continues to scale into a position. I definitely will be keeping a close eye on this one. But the value of his fund is close to $5 billion, so $3 million is not a lot. But it's definitely a good sign that George Soros is investing in SoFi, and it's also a good sign that Warren Buffett is investing in Nubank. But with that being said, which stock is better in my personal opinion? Well, there are a few factors that we're going to discuss, but to do so, let's head on over to the computer. All right, let's dive into the numbers, shall we? So both of these companies went public not that long ago. Nubank was last week, and SoFi has been public for less than a year, if I'm not mistaken. So first off, all these numbers, they're in millions. So in revenue for 2018, SoFi had 269 million, Nubank 319 million US dollars. Both of them are US dollars. In 2019, we're looking at 443 million versus 612 million. Year over year growth, Nubank was killing it, 92%. But SoFi at 65%, that's not bad. In 2020, 566 to 737, 28% for SoFi, beating Nubank at 20%. The most recent year, these are the estimates to close out the year, so they're pretty much accurate because we're very close to closing out the year right now. SoFi is going to be coming in just over $1 billion in revenue based on their most recent guidance, and Nubank is going to be coming in close to $1.45 billion. Year over year growth for both companies is very solid, 77% versus 97%. You cannot complain about year over year growth at those levels. Now, both of these companies, as you can see by their earnings per share, are not profitable. Nubank is closer to profitability, but still not profitable. In 2020, Nubank lost 13 cents per share, SoFi negative 39. Now, Nubank is definitely the bigger company. They have more revenue and they have more members. They're looking at 48 million members, while SoFi is at 3 million members. Now, the companies are a little bit different. SoFi is more focused on lending, and Nubank is more of your traditional bank, but they are digital, talking about credit cards and stuff like that, savings accounts, all of those kinds of things. Now, where things become more attractive for SoFi is based off of market cap and where they're being valued based off of sales, current sales, the trailing 12 months. SoFi has a market cap of 12 billion and is trading at 12 times sales. Nubank has a market cap of 54.5 billion and is trading at 37.5 times sales. Now, 12 times sales is not cheap. 37.5 times sales is nowhere near cheap. Both of these companies are expensive. Because of the margins of the banking business, which are relatively low, I would personally like a price to sales ratio for SoFi closer to 8. It gives me a little bit more cushion in my position. But if the company continues to grow revenue like they have, then this multiple will come down over time. So either you will see a drop in the share price, or it can stay flat and you hit that 8x sales. That's ideally where I think you come in hard on this stock and you start loading the boat. Now, one last thing that I want to go over is gross profit margins. Now, if you take a look at gross profit margins for Nubank, you can see that they were at 35% in 2018, 40% in 2019, and 44% in 2020. And in the last 9 months, they're close to 48%. So those margins are a little bit better than SoFi, because if you take a look at SoFi's profit margin, we're looking at something that is close to 27, 28% now. And ideally in 2025, based off of their projections, which are going to be high, they can get close to 40% margins. And that difference in margins might be the reason why Nu is trading at a higher price to sales, but it doesn't justify trading 3 times what SoFi is, in my personal opinion. So still, I think that SoFi is the better buy based off of valuation. Now, based on the valuations, revenue growth, and projections here on out, I think that SoFi is the better value. And I do like that SoFi is an American-based company because I can understand it. I don't know how things work in different countries. I don't live in them. I don't know what the day-to-day is like. I don't know what the culture is like. So it's hard for me to know if a company is going to thrive somewhere else. So when you invest in companies that are primarily somewhere else, that's an added level of risk. Also, Nubank just went public. So they are going to have lockups expiring after the second earnings completely. And when lockups expire, there's usually downward pressure on a stock because insiders sell out. When a company goes public through an IPO or a direct listing, it's a way for those that have been invested early in the company to start cashing out of some of the position. And the overall stock market right now is giving these IPOs a very high valuation out the gate. So a lot of people that have been invested in companies that go public right now are going to cash out on some of their position. And you could see the stock suffer after that sell-off and then start to recover. So I typically do not invest in IPOs until after their lockups, and I won't be investing in Nubank until at least after then, and I also would like the valuation to come down. However, I am currently invested in SoFi. I just opened up my position in this company. I am going to be investing in SoFi for the long term via leaps. These are long-term call options that are in the money. In addition to that, SoFi does have a valuation that is kind of high. I would like the stock to come down, but I also realize that that might never happen. So what I am also doing is I am selling cash secured puts at a strike price that I think SoFi is at a better valuation. Ideally under 14 would be a steal, and closer to 12 would be a mega steal and the bottom in my personal opinion. So as of right now, I have cash secured puts that are at the $14 strike. If SoFi gets to $14 by the end of the week, then I will take on that position. I will probably sell the shares and convert them over to leaps and continue selling poor man covered calls against the position to make some money while I hold the stock, because there is risk with that valuation. So I want to be collecting money now while I can. But that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I thank you so much for your time. If you want to learn more about those investing strategies that I mentioned in this video, if I'm saying a bunch of words and they don't make sense to you, then definitely join the Patreon. It will give you access to a Discord server where you can ask questions to me and other investors. There's about 500 of them in that Discord server. A link is provided down below if you're interested in joining. But with all that being said, that wraps it up. Thank you so much for your time. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and smash that like button. I'll catch you all on the next video. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And this is We Are Investing, and together we are invincible. See ya.